Hi, I'm Jamie Hogue, Vice President of Real Estate with AbriCreditUnion. I'm here for today's Mortgage Minutes to discuss understanding credit and how to have excellent credit scores. One of the most important things that you must do is to pay your bills on time. And most people believe that's all you need to do, and that's not true. That is only one of many factors involved in having a good credit score. By all means, yes, you have to pay your bills on time. Late payments on credit will have a devastating impact on your scores. But there's multiple things that other than that are important. One of them is managing your limit and your balances. If you owe too much on a credit card, for example, it's a $1,000 limit, you owe $800, $900, $1,000 or more, it's going to lower your credit scores. You want to make sure that you try and pay those down. If you owe about 50% of the limit, it's keeping your scores about the same, and anything less than 20% is usually boosting your scores. So manage those accounts wisely. Don't close accounts. The length of accounts is very important. If you have any credit cards, you want to make sure to keep them around as long as possible. If you pay them off and pay them to zero, don't close the account. If you want to cut up the card, that's fine, but I suggest you use it. You want to use it every couple months, just so it doesn't become dormant, because that's another topic. Making sure that the account doesn't become dormant. Use your credit. Using credit is very important because you want that low balance to help your credit scores. Another thing is you have to have credit to have a good credit score. If you only have one or two accounts on your credit report, whether it's a credit card and a loan or two credit cards, you're not going to have excellent credit. You may have a decent credit score, but it's not going to help you as much as multiple accounts will. The people that have 800 credit scores tend to have many accounts. They've got one or two loans, they've got multiple credit cards, they've had them for a long time, and they hardly owe much on them. So again, you have to have credit to have a credit score. You also want to have the proper ratio. You want to make sure that you have about 3 credit cards, give or take, for every loan. So if you have a car loan, you want to have about 3 credit cards. If you have a car and a house, you want to have about 6 credit cards. You don't want to have 10 loans and no credit cards. You don't want to have 20 credit cards and no loans. So you want to manage to that. Also, you have to use your credit. Make sure you use your credit, as I said. If you have to buy lunch every 2 months with it, whatever else, you want to make sure it doesn't become dormant, as I said, because it will not help your credit score. So make sure you use your credit. If you have it, just keep those balances low. Another thing is inquiries. Some people will shop around, and that's fine. You can shop around, but you want to be careful about how many times you have your credit pulled. While you have to have your credit pulled to get a new loan or a credit card or a pre-approval or a mortgage, you want to make sure you don't have too many. Too many credit inquiries becomes excessive, and excessive inquiries has a big negative impact on your scores. So again, make sure you manage to that and don't have too many inquiries. The last thing I want to talk about is collections and charge-offs, and this is very important. Sometimes when people are working on their credit, they think that they should pay charge-offs and pay collections as a way to improve their scores, not realizing that when they do, it'll actually sometimes and more often than not lower their credit scores. The reason why is you're actually updating the activity date on that account. It may have been dormant for a while, and now you've actually done something. So it doesn't fall off your credit report, it's still there, but you've updated the activity and your credit scores go down. I highly suggest before you do anything like that, you give me or another credit professional a call as far as discussing what are the implications, what you should do, and what your options are. More than happy to answer any of these questions at any time, as well as any other credit questions or any mortgage questions in general. Feel free to give me a call at any time at 815-409-4848, and you can reach me in my department at an email address of mortgage@abricu.com. Thank you very much for your time.